All right, very good morning, everyone, and welcome to the August 13th, 2020 Code Enforcement Board meeting. Meeting will now come to order. May we have a roll call, Madam Secretary?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Robinson. Here. Mr. Gonzalez.
Present.
Ms. Roby.
Here.
Mr. Harrington.
Here.
Ms. Himes. Here. Ms. Kundig.
Here. So everybody's here, and we have our new member here, Mr. Robinson. Welcome.
Welcome.
Glad to have you. Thank you for agreeing to serve. All right. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes?
Yeah, I have a comment.
Go ahead.
On page 17, we had a vote whether to accept number 41. It's not mentioned, and I voted against it.
All right. Page 17.
You said 17 or 14?
It's 17.
17.
Which case?
You have it listed under 40 for some reason. 41. Mr. Gonzalez made the motion to accept case number 41.
Okay, I'll correct that.
We had a vote, it was 4 to 1.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I'll correct that.
How don't I see what you're talking about?
It's in the middle of the page. It's under board action, the first
Oh,
board
oh,
action.
oh, oh, okay.
You had a vote to whether you would hear the case.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Motion to approve the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Gonzalez, second.
Second.
Mr. Harrington, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Anyone
I
need
missed
to?
that. Hold on, Gonzalez.
Okay.
And who was the second?
Mr. Harrington.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, anyone need to disclose any ex parte communications?
Mr. Robinson, you understand what that is?
Yeah, you were not supposed to talk.
Then you're good.
Yeah, pretty much, you got it.
Don't talk to anybody, that's it.
Do we have announcements, Madam Secretary?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Okay.
Page number 3.
Okay.
Case number 5, CEB 04-20-73 at 350 Fulton Street is in compliance 8/11/2020. Page 4, case number 9, CEB 04-20-69 at Cannon Street, parcel 533872020120 is in compliance 8/11/2020. Case number 10, CEB 04-20-67 at 542 Cannon Street is in compliance 8/10/2020. And I think
Okay.
that's it.
All right, would our code officers please stand up and be sworn in?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Okay, here's our procedure. Today, we're going to hear cases 1 through 7 first for administrative reasons. And then we will hear the cases of the people that are waiting downstairs. If you, when your case is called, you come up here and come forward and be sworn in. State your name and address for the record. If you're not the owner of the property, please tell us your relationship to the owner. Our proceedings are all recorded, so please speak into the mic. The board will hear from code officers first, and then you will be given a chance to state your case. Witnesses may also testify, sometimes following the same procedures. If we need to, we'll take a break at 11, but I think we're going to be able to move right along. So Now, I saw lien reviews on the agenda, but we don't have any, is that correct? Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to start with case number 1, CEV 03-20-60, David Schaefer.
State your name and address, please.
I'm sorry?
State your name and address, please.
Oh, David Schaefer, 1590 State Road 40, De Leon Springs, Florida, 32130.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes?
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Jones, what would you like to tell us?
This case is for a rental license. They failed their rental inspection back in June 19. It's a duplex, one unit passed. The other unit just had two minor issues. A screen in one window was bent and one had a window crank on an old jalousie that needed to be repaired. We do have a reinspection scheduled for August 26th. I'd like to ask for an amended order of compliance with compliance next cutoff.
Okay, Mr. Schaefer, is that amenable to you? Is that all right? Giving you another month to get it done?
Yes.
What is the holdup? Just getting the parts?
Oh, no, we got the crank the other day,
Yeah?
and she went ahead and once we cranked it open and stuff, apparently she had lost her keys one day, so she broke the window, didn't tell us.
Oh, geez.
So the crank didn't do any good. So what we did is we just had to pull another building permit to go ahead and replace the window. So has Jerome Thompson talked to you? He's pulling a building permit to go ahead and put the window in. And the air conditioner, what we do is she takes it out, puts a screen in, and then when we're not there, she puts the air conditioner back in. I said, she can't do that. I said, the other room has two windows, go and do it in that room. And she refuses to do that. So I'm sort of caught in this.
Yeah, that's okay. We're going to give you more time.
Okay.
I assume. We're going to vote and see whether we give you more time, but it sounds like that's what the city's recommending, so.
Okay.
Okay. The chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until 9/2. All right, that would be Ms. Himes. Second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like, sign, opposed. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, case number 2, CEB 02-20-39, Neil and Cora Hitchman.
You're not here.
No show. Okay, this is Mr. McCoy's case. I know this one's a little out of order, but we figure we might as well get this one done.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Jerome McCoy, Code Inspector for the city. My credentials on file. Property at 312 Francis Terrace. I don't see anyone here. I conducted an inspection on the 16th, and it failed, so I'll need to amend this case to the next cutoff to allow them time to make the corrections.
All right. Oh, howdy do.
And I was expecting, I had a conversation with the property manager, and I was expecting them to be here,
But you, okay, so you have been in contact with them. And
I
this
have.
case has been going on for 8 months?
yeah,
So-
it changed hands. The ownership changed,
Okay.
and I had to recite the
And
new
how
one.
much is left to do?
It has some minor, like putting the covers on the outlets and some
Okay.
of the
So,
windows.
so you're just recommending another, till the next
The
cutoff?
next cutoff, yes.
Okay. Any questions? All right, Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until 9/2/2020 to come into compliance, be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day or until compliance is achieved. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Himes. Is there a second?
So moved.
Second, Mr. Harrington. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like, sign, opposed. Motion carries. Okay. All right, case number 3, CEB 04-20-79, Edward R. White. This case is over a year old as well, and this is a neighbor complaint. Good morning.
State your name and address, please. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, this is a case that started in November. In May of 2019, cited it for outside storage, peeling paint, parking on the grass, unregistered vehicles, disabled vehicles. The green card was received on May 23rd, 2019. 3 days later, I gave a compliance day for 30 days. As you can see in the pictures, some of the vehicles have been moved. I haven't seen any of the registrations, anything updated. There was siding put on the rear and the rear building, and when I asked if a permit was obtained, he stated no. I checked and there wasn't, so I explained that he needed to get a permit, a building permit to continue to do so. Within that, I don't believe one has been obtained yet. I've checked just recently. I also spoke to him recently, and I've done 5 re-inspections. I've posted 2 courtesy notices. I did yesterday just to remind him to come here. I spoke to him a couple of times, explaining the situation and that the case has been open a long time and that he needed to come in compliance.
Your recommendation?
I recommended to find in non-compliance and a fine of $200 a day, capped at $10,000.
Okay, Mr. White, what would you like to say?
I have other pictures. If he was there yesterday, he saw most of it has been moved. There are 2 trailers in the back. That boat is no longer there. One is being used for store material so I can work on the rear house. I have pulled the permits. I just have to have them notarized. I've got a contractor. The paperwork's in motion. The paint is an obvious, I have no argument with that. I had an inspection from the housing department yesterday. The only
What,
thing,
I'm sorry, what housing
in
department?
other words, I have rental units,
Yes.
and they did an inspection of the
So
property.
code did an inspection?
I'm sorry?
Was it code enforcement that did
No,
the?
it wasn't code enforcement. It was the housing, the rental inspector. He was there yesterday because of rental properties.
More than likely HUD, maybe?
I
Over
have
5 units?
the,
Are you over 5 units?
no.
I'm confused. We need to just clear this up. Did you inspect the property yesterday?
Not for rental, no. I inspected it to see if
The
it was.
code
Yeah,
issues.
correct.
Are you referring to somebody from, like HUD? Is that what you're referring to?
No,
Referring
the
to
City
one
of
us?
Daytona Neighborhood Services Division,
That's-
rental license inspection.
That's code enforcement. Okay.
Okay, well, he was there yesterday.
Who, you were there yesterday?
No,
Another gentleman, I have the paper here.
he's talking about either Jerome or Jones.
Yeah, he's talking about an inspection as it relates to the rental case on the property.
Okay. Exterior wood rod, exterior storage, protective treatment.
What percentage of the work has been done?
Well, like I said, he did the siding in the rear, the whole side.
Without a
Half
permit.
of the building, it looks good, but he didn't get a permit for it.
Right.
He did move some of the boats and some of the vehicles. I haven't checked if any of the ones that were not registered, if they're registered, so I don't know that. This front building, he pressure cleaned it, or he treated it, he prepared it to be painted, but no painting has been done. And I have both sides and the front of, and I got the pictures yesterday.
Okay, so who is the person that signed that? Would you give that to our secretary so she can see? Can you tell who signed that from
I can tell you who the inspector is in just a second. I'm just
Okay.
pulling, I apologize, I didn't have my computer fired up.
Oh, Mark, okay,
Does that report say he's failed?
yeah.
Okay, I think we should move on this.
Okay, it has been. What has taken so long, sir?
Well, I have a tenant that I can't evict, so I'm missing about $5,000 from that. Money is money and time. I work 7 days a week, and I'm trying to do it myself. A year's been too long. I agree.
Okay.
The vehicles, there's one who belongs to my tenant, is presently not registered. I have one boat left that is not registered, and I can move that as a promise behind the house.
So you have permit to do the siding now?
I am filled out the paperwork for it. I found a contractor, and all I'm waiting for is it to be notarized and resubmitted to the building department.
Have you had this tenant all along?
I've had the tenant for about 10 years, and
And so now you want to evict him?
well, he's not paying me rent. We're trying to work out something. I mean, he's.
How long hasn't he paid rent?
Since April.
Okay. But he's been there for 10 years.
In there, and and I'm not trying to get things, I had another tenant in the back, and I literally almost went to jail over because, he's using my electricity and my water.
Okay,
And I got
where-
angry over it.
Where
and
do you live, Mr. White?
I live in the front house, which is actually 634.
Okay.
There's no permits applied for on this property currently.
Okay.
I move to accept the recommendations of the code officer.
Second.
All right, is there any discussion? We have a motion from Mr. Harrington and a second from Mr. Gonzalez to impose a fine of $200 per day, up to the maximum of $10,000, even though it's income property, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Is that the right thing, or should it be 15?
If it's income property, if it's non-owner occupied property, it should be 15.
Owner occupied.
Okay.
He lives in the front. It's
What's the ruling on that?
What do you want?
Either.
Either one is fine.
Yeah,
All right.
You can't go any higher than that.
it would be 50, The way we define it is owner occupied or non-owner occupied.
Right.
But the violations are on the non-owner occupied portion, structures that.
It's on both.
Oh, okay. So,
If the gentleman lives on the property, then the city would request the cap be $10,000.
That's fine. Okay. So we have a motion and a second to cap it at $200 per day, up to $10,000. And no more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion
Effective date?
carries.
Effective date?
Effective today,
Thank you.
August 13th.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What I would suggest you do is just put a lien on the property, because there's no way I can pay any fines.
I'm in compliance.
Okay.
I'm in compliance. It stays.
The point is, I'm not paying the fines, so go ahead and lien it. You guys do what you have to do, I'll do what I have to do.
All right, thank you. Okay, case number 4, CEB 04-20-76, Lena Kiefer.
Madam Chair, I need to step out for about 5-10 minutes.
Okay. The record reflect Mr. Gonzalez is not here at 9:21.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Garcia.
This property was cited for faded paint and to be cut, edged, and mowed, the overgrowth. I spoke to the owner, or actually it was the owner's daughter, and it took a little while because the owner was in a nursing home, and she was able to, I had to give her time, she was able to get someone to go out and cut the grass, edge and mow and maintain it, but she never had it painted. So, I'm finding it in non-compliance and asking for $100 a day, capped at $10,000. She recently, I think it was 2 days ago, sent me this short email and the death certificate of her mother.
Thank you.
Is she now
She stated that she has a property manager, and I tried getting a hold of the property manager and when I wasn't able to do so.
Okay, so her mother passed away September 2019. Property was under reverse mortgage, taken over by the mortgage company. The mortgage was passed on to multiple companies. I have attached no trespassing signs that was posted on her home by the management company. Spoke multiple times with code enforcement officer to explain there is no estate.
And I checked the Volusia County appraiser, it's still under her name.
Okay. Any further contact for the property should be with the management company? No. Okay. This case is also a year old or better.
And that was during a cold walk.
Okay.
You want to do, would you want to do a 30-day to try and find out if you can get with the property manager to?
I have been trying for months. I tried when I got a hold of her and then after, and then I just recently, and I called the number on there and it just rings and rings and.
Okay. Plus, the property manager is not responsible for this.
Somebody's got to be, if it was a
Well,
reverse
she
mortgage,
is.
yeah.
The estate is, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if she said
Or
there's
the-
no estate, the mortgage company.
But we don't know,
Right.
it's still listed as that.
Yes, it's still listed. I checked the Volusia County appraiser yesterday again just to make sure, and it comes under Kiefer Lena M. Estate.
Yeah, until the reverse mortgage company comes in and changes it with the county, though, you know, it'll stay that.
so they have been properly notified, whoever
Yes,
is?
yes. Yeah, she actually signed the green card. They signed the green card.
You've only notified her, right?
Property manager's just some person, it's not a company, I guess.
It sounds that way. I don't know whether that's true or not true, but this has been going on for a very long time.
Actually, the notice of violation was posted by Officer Carmine when he was our liaison. Came back to me, returned, and then I had it posted. But I did speak to the daughter. She was aware of it. I spoke to her plenty of times.
Any other
Okay.
comments?
Go ahead and post the fine then.
Okay, the chair will entertain a motion to impose a fine of $100 per day against the respondent effective today and continue until compliance is achieved or reaches a maximum of $10,000. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Roby, is there a second? Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye.
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 Like sign opposed, motion carries. Mr. Gonzalez is back, 9:25. Okay. Case number 5 is in compliance. Case number 6, CEB 04-20-78, Marie Thornton. Good morning.
Morning.
State your name and address, please.
I'm Marie Thornton, 619 Mulberry Street, Daytona Beach, Florida, 32114.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Garcia?
Property still remains in non-compliance. I spoke to Ms. Thornton on the property yesterday, did another check, and he has to take care of the exterior and paint it. That's all that she has to do, and she said she has to stucco it, and she hasn't done so. So that's where we're at. I told her I would amend one time, and after that, then she'd be getting the fine if she was still in non-compliance. So I'm saying we can amend to the next cutoff.
Well, what about the roof?
The roof wasn't an issue. What it was is she had the tarp over it because of the sides. There was some type of leakage. You see, the tarp was only on that part right there, which
Yep.
she removed.
Well, there's
and-
some in the back.
And the back, and she removed it. It wasn't the roof. She said that it was the seam on between the roof and the exterior. So that's what she has to stucco. And then the sides that seem to be chipping off. There's some pieces that are falling off, removing.
Okay, so this case is also over a year old.
Are there permits needed for this work?
No, it's a patch-up job. There's a couple of spots where she just needs to repair, so wouldn't need one. So I explained to her that because of the time, she told me that she wanted a divorce. She doesn't have the money, and she was here she did come to the last meeting, explain the same thing, and I explained to her that because of the length of time and whatnot, that it needed to be done. She did pressure clean. They pressure cleaned the exterior.
So it doesn't look like that anymore?
No, there's some pictures from yesterday.
So we are working on this.
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to tell us, Ms. Thornton?
No, I just need to paint now.
Okay. And fix that stucco. Is the
Yes.
is the tarp still up there?
No.
No.
No. Okay. So have you had it stuccoed, so all you have to do now is paint?
Yeah.
How long do you think that's going to take you? He wants to give you another month. You can do that, right?
Oh, I think I'm gonna need 2 months, because I just known yesterday that I have to paint. And there's only one income, so I'm divorced.
I understand. Discussion from the board, questions?
Did you know that you had to paint in 2019?
No.
Ma'am, did you know?
No.
You didn't know? What did you
No.
think that the report said you had to do?
I thought it was just pressure wash. I didn't realize that when I did the pressure wash, I didn't realize I had to paint too. That was my mistake. So, I'm a woman, I did not know that.
This
I don't
one-
have a man no more.
Okay.
This one also was posted by Officer Taylor. The letter came back unsigned, so I had to wait for it to come back, and when it came back finally, then the officer posted it.
And what's your recommendation?
I told her I would give her just one more amend, and that would be it. And get it done by next month, and then she'd get a fine certain.
I'll second that.
Yeah, it's like,
All right, a motion has been made to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until, that would be 9:30 to come into compliance or be returned to the board for a consideration of fine of up per day. Motion, Mrs. Heim, second, Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, nay. Okay, so you have till November 30th, and please stay in touch with Mr. Garcia, okay?
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, case number 7, CEB 04-20-82.
you said November 30th?
No.
No, she said-
Oh, I'm sorry, 9:30, September.
Yeah, she said.
I'm
Said
sorry.
9:30.
She said
I thought
September.
I
Said she
said
wanted to give her 2
9:30.
months.
Right, that's
Yeah.
2 months.
9:30 is the next
I thought I
cutoff.
heard
Meeting
November
date would be
30th,
10/8.
but that's okay.
All right, well, whatever, I meant 9:30. I meant September 30, okay?
We're giving her 1 month.
No, we're giving her 2 months. The next cutoff is 9/2.
Not,
Right.
And
Its
the
second
cutoff
is
after that
9:30.
is 9:30.
Right.
So you notify her.
Okay, all right, so here we are at case, right? Here we are at case number 7, CB 04-20-82. Pinchas and Evis Mami, I don't know how you pronounce your name, sir.
Holly.
Well, okay.
He's representing the owner.
state
No,
your
I'm-
name and address, please.
I'm Stan Holly, I'm an architect. and my address is 1114 Mistletoe Drive. I'm representing the owners of this property at 820.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
How do you
Right
say
hand.
his name?
Oh, sorry.
Holly, Stan Holly.
How do you say his name? This,
The owner.
We call him Peony.
Yeah, we call him
Okay,
Penny.
never mind. All right, go ahead.
okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to hear from Mr. Garcia first.
Okay.
I spoke to, no, I call him Peony too, Mr. Peony, and I actually spoke to him yesterday, and he says he's moving forward. We're having the property demoed. I asked him to make sure he was here, if not, had somebody represent him, which he hired him to. And I go to amend to the next cutoff, and he did get an estimate and got a price for the demo, and says he's moving forward on that. I haven't seen a permit. I told him he has to make sure he gets that permit applied for. But I've been checking and I haven't seen it, but he keeps insisting that he's moving forward. He's going to have the property demoed.
He's going to have the property demo?
Demolished, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Holly, what do you want to tell us?
Well, I can tell you that the permit was applied for yesterday.
Okay.
If it takes 3 weeks to get it, we'll tear it down the minute we get it.
Okay. So that's what your role in this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm designing the new building on the property,
Okay,
but
great.
he's wanting to get rid of it.
Okay, any more discussion?
No, ma'am.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance, allow respondent to come in until September 2nd to come into compliance and be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Okay, that's it, Mr. Garcia?
Yes, thank you. Have a nice
Okay.
day.
All right. Now, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a list of cases
We
here?
do. Our next case that is here is case number 14
Okay.
on page 5.
Bring on Larry.
Case number 14 on page 5, CEB 04-20-84, Larry Sanders.
State your name and address, please.
Larry Sanders, ma'am.
You speak clearly, please.
Larry Sanders.
Thank you. Raise your right hand.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Kirk.
Good morning, Sarah Kirk, Inspector with the city. Mr. Sanders has started work on his property at 721 Loomis. He does have 2 permits open, one for demolishing the front porch and the other for rebuilding the front porch. Work has started. He did mention to me that he's low on funds, so I offered him some assistance to contact Ms. Tolliver and the City Housing Rehab Assistance Program, and he did so, and he is currently on a waiting list.
Okay.
But work has been has begun, so I would like to, he's been very cooperative as well, and I would like to amend and possibly set up a progress report for him.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sanders,
ma'am.
you're working hard on this now, right?
Yes, ma'am, as you speak.
Okay. And you put your name on that list.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a lot of work to be done, right?
Yes, ma'am, that part.
Okay. Do you live there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Questions from the board?
Has this case been before us before?
Yes, one time. It was a noncompliance hearing last month. That's a before picture, and then that's the after. So there has been work started on the project, and when I spoke with Mr. Sanders, he explained that he only had so much money, but he was trying, and then that's when I offered him, I brought him some paperwork, and he went down to City Hall and spoke with Ms. Tolliver and got on an assistance program.
Okay, now wasn't there an issue with the survey?
I got that.
Did you get a survey?
Yes, ma'am, I took care of that, yes, ma'am.
Oh, good, okay. well, it seems like you're working on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what's everybody's feelings? Do we have some progress reports or?
Since he's cooperative and, work is getting underway, I think we should, like, monitor his
Yeah,
progress.
okay,
at
that's fine.
extended days.
Okay. Do you want to do it, it's obviously not going to be finished next month, so do we want to have a progress report the month after?
Yeah, I think because he's down the list, I mean, he's got to wait. So
Right.
I think 2 months.
2 years.
Okay.
List.
The chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of non-compliance and order a monthly progress report beginning at the October 8th meeting,
Okay.
2020.
And
Mr. Robinson made the motion, second Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Okay, so we've given you a couple months to get all these things settled, and you start working on it. And when you come back next
ma'am.
time, we're going to ask you what exactly has been done and where we are,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Oh, one more thing before I go. Good morning, board.
Good morning to you, too.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next case.
15 is in compliance, and case 16 is here.
All right, case number 16, CEB 04-20-88, Willis Hill. And Robin, right? Let's see who's here. We have a lot of people here for this case. Good morning,
State your-
everyone.
Good morning.
Who's going to testify?
Who's going to testify?
Who's going to speak?
Well, I can speak. I'll try.
Okay, all right, so you be sworn in. Who wants to speak? That's all that has to be sworn in.
last time.
Okay.
Okay,
State your name, please.
My name is Dorothy Richardson on the paper.
and how are you related, Miss Richardson? Or you own part of the, okay, I see it,
Yeah.
never mind. You own part of the property, okay.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Miss. Okay, Ms. Kirk, what can you tell us?
I opened the case October of 2019. I sent a notice out. I was initially only speaking with Mr. Willis Hill Jr., and he explained that he could not get the family members to cooperate to bring the property into compliance. And so there's been no progress, nothing's been done. Just as of a week ago, one of the other heirs, Miss Carol Frazier, called me and it explained a different story than Mr. Hill, saying that, Mr. Hill was the holdout. They'd had buyers for the property, and he was the holdout. So it seems like a family dispute. But as of right now, there's been no progress on the property. So I'm asking for a $100 a day fine to a max of $10,000.
No one lives at the property?
No.
All right, what would you like to tell us, Ms. Richardson? You want to talk first?
Well, first of all, this has been going on for so long. And we was trying to get this house sold. If it had been sold back then, we probably wouldn't be here today, but now we can't sell it because it's liens on the property. And there's nobody living here now but me and Willis Hill, which is my brother. Everybody else, all the others are in Atlanta. So there's only me standing here today to speak, and I can only speak for myself. And me and my sister, we haven't really decided anything what we're gonna do, but I know I can't myself afford to get this property fixed, to get that roof fixed. I just can't afford to, to take care of where I live. And it's just too much. It's a lot of
So
work.
why isn't it for sale?
Well, it's not for sale now. Well, it's liens on the house now. We
But
don't
not
know
from the
what
city.
those liens are.
What are the liens from?
We don't know. Because I never knew that we had liens until now. We're just finding that out.
Well, who told you that you have liens?
Because my sister hired an attorney, and we thought we was gonna get the house sold, and then that's when they told us it was liens on it.
All right, but it's nothing to do with the city or a mortgage or anything, so I don't know what it is. But,
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the city's recommendation.
Second.
all right, we have a motion to impose a fine of $100 per day, effective today, up to $10,000, again, until compliance is achieved. We had motion by Mr. Gonzalez and a second by Mr. Harrington. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Thank you. So we are putting a fine on you, and the best thing you can do is get together and get this fixed. There's nothing else to be done. We can't do anything about it. It's up to you.
Well,
Okay. Thank you.
well, I don't know.
Because I ain't doing it.
Mhm.
Let's see, are we? The next one here is case number 22 on page 7.
So we're into new cases now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. Page 7. All right.
Yes, case number 22.
This is a new case. CEB 08-20-162, Brian Scurry?
Yes.
Okay, at Modell Street.
State your name and address, please.
Okay, my name is Brian Scurry. I live at 740 Bay Bridge Circle, Apopka, Florida,
Okay.
32703.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Or, so are you the one that's the owner?
Yes, I'm the owner. I actually live in Apopka now.
Okay, I just saw a senior, I wanted to make sure you weren't junior or something.
Yes, I'm senior.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, we're here for compliance or non-compliance. Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yeah, at this time, the property is still in non-compliance. We'd like to amend to the next cutoff. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Scurry, what would you like to tell us?
I have some updated photos. I've had trees removed,
Oh, good.
and I don't know if I can show.
Sure.
Who can I give these?
Thank you. Good.
So this photograph is from yesterday, or 7:30, I should say.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one more thing. I've never saw those posted signs. My son, this was on Mailer Street where I used to live. He didn't know this was mine because he thought it was for the Mailer Street property, which I don't own. I used to stay there. That was my grandmother's.
You own this property, though,
Yeah,
right, sir? Okay.
And I only saw this 2 months later because he didn't know it was for me. Those other postings, I don't know why. I don't know if the wind blew them away or anything. But the only reason why I know about this is because I got a notice in the mail.
Right.
And me and my son have the same name, so I so when I went to the post office and it was for me, that's the only reason why I knew about the hearing. because I actually live in Apopka now.
All right, but you know now, and it looks like you've taken care of the trees, correct?
Yes.
How about the fence?
Which, is that the Maley Street, because,
I don't know, you would have to talk to Mr. Fitzgerald and ask him that
because
question.
see, you're showing Maley Street on one of them. I think they're getting confused with Maley Street, which I don't own. One of those pictures was from Maley Street. That was my grandmother's house, which she died in 2011. And now my mother and my son lives there. And my mother's in the hospital now. If you keep flicking, that's Maley Street.
Yeah, that's where I posted, that's what the picture was, because I found a name and an address at that location, so I figured I'd post two places.
Oh, okay.
Just to try to get you the information.
Now, none of those trees hit the fence, so I'm not understanding which.
So if you'll stop there, the fence is damaged behind those trees that you removed, and there's still that huge tree that is in the back that is still fallen.
Oh, I've taken the photos.
You took a lot of trees down, but not
Okay.
one that was actually fallen.
No, there's no more fallen trees. Yeah. I just took care of that last.
Hold on a sec.
So then it's just the fence. Did y'all fix the fence?
I'm not sure where the damaged part is, sir. Just that little dip?
Yeah, and there's another dip here.
So it doesn't need a permit to do that, that just needs a pole. You don't need a permit or anything, you just need to get that fence fixed. So we're here today to determine whether you're in compliance, and you can see the fence is broken. So you admit that that fence is broken like that.
Oh, okay.
Can I meet you on site around?
Oh, I move.
So we're just,
Question.
okay.
Thank you.
So what we're doing today is just going to vote on whether you're in compliance or not in compliance, and that automatically gives you the rest of the month to get that fence
Okay,
fixed.
I wasn't exactly sure,
Okay,
because I know the branches didn't hit the fence.
right.
I wasn't
Okay, well, now you know, you can see it in the pictures.
For record,
You, do you have Mr. Fitzgerald's card or phone number? So
No.
you have to tell him when that fence is fixed, so he can put you into compliance.
Okay.
So you don't have to come back
Let's
here
get his
again.
new
If I
address
can
added.
get it before I leave?
Sure. All right, so let us vote on this. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in noncompliance in order for respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Harrington, second, Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries.
Just as a reminder, sir, any tree removal or any removal of a healthy tree, if you don't have an arborist report, you need to pull a permit for that.
I'm sorry, I would need a permit for,
For tree removal of a healthy tree or removal of a tree that's not already declared by an arborist.
okay, because I think that tree that I removed was dead.
You still would need a report documentation from an arborist.
Okay.
Amended to the second, September 2nd.
Okay.
And if Mr. Story, I think we wanted to clarify, we didn't get your address. Is that correct?
What is your new address?
It's 740 Bay Bridge Circle.
Daytona Beach,
Apopka, Florida,
Apopka,
32703.
32703. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have a question. So there still is a tree to be removed, Captain?
I was making sure that we made him aware, since there was a tree that was removed.
So does he need to go back?
I don't know, because I don't know if he has the documentation. He may have the documentation, and that would not require him to do it.
I have all the damaged trees are gone. I have a receipt. I don't know if that's good enough from Tree Solutions.
It's just something the inspector will discuss with you after.
Okay,
afterwards.
all right, you get with Mr. Fitzgerald, so you understand exactly what you need to do.
Question, Mr. Fitzgerald, are you informing people when you tell them that they have to cut the tree down, that they have to get this permit?
The trees, what I
Not
was
a
talking
permit.
about was damaged trees that wouldn't have, that were already on the.
So they don't need a
They
permit?
wouldn't need a permit for the fallen and.
Only if it's a tree that
If they took a
isn't
new
dead.
tree out or the tree that was in good health.
Okay.
These were actually on the ground or leaned
Yeah,
over.
so there's no problem.
Okay, all right. So anyway, just stay in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Look, is there any way I can get the rest of the pictures?
Can you pass?
Oh, he needs his pictures back.
We did have a
Yeah, we
motion.
did.
We did.
Yeah.
Just that
We-
picture of her.
We did.
Did we have the vote yet?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we did.
You lost
we
me
did.
half hour ago.
There's another one right there, June.
It was, this was.
I
discuss-
remember.
This was, thank you, this was discussion after we voted.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right, next case, please.
Number 23.
Case number 23, CEB 08-20-153, Mr. Slappy. Good morning.
Good morning,
State your name and address, please.
Charlie Slappy.
And can you move that microphone over for you so you can speak into it? Thank you. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
This time the property remains in non-compliance and I'd like to move it to the next cutoff.
What is your reasoning for moving it to next? Oh, this is a new case, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a new case from July of last year.
Right.
This is for the carpet on the,
No, this is for fencing with no permit, failure to obtain a rental license. All right, this is different than what we saw before. It's a different case, is that correct?
Yes.
same property, different
Same
case.
property.
Same
different
property.
case.
So I only wrote, after Danny wrote it, they put this fence in and so I wrote the fence up.
Okay, so there's a fence with no permit, and is the house rented?
That is my understanding, so I put it,
And has no rental license?
it has no.
Okay. All right, Mr. Slappy, what would you like to tell us?
Well, Judge, I've been working on that, trying to get a surveyor to do that.
Trying to get a what?
They said I need a survey to get my
Uh-huh.
permit.
For a fence, yeah.
Right. And I'm still working on that because of the price they're giving me is humongous. I'm only living on about $800 a month from SSI.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just still working. I just need more time, Judge. The same amount, I just had 2 deaths in the family this month. I had to travel twice, and it's just been hard on me. But I'm trying to get that up, trying to get it did.
Let me ask you a question. Is this property is rented?
No, ma'am.
Not rented?
No.
Do you live there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So does he need a rental license?
No, it was it was called in and the person who called it in as adding the fence with no permit and that they were renting.
Okay,
It was did by a company. AAA did it.
No, we know.
And
Yeah,
I'm
mean,
pretty
I
sure
don't
they.
know that, but that's not, the question is the house being rented by anyone?
No, ma'am.
Do you live there?
Yes, ma'am.
Just you or
Yes,
your
ma'am.
family?
Yes, ma'am. Just me.
So we can eliminate the rental license off the next, when it comes back.
Rental licenses and an
Do you have somebody that's mad at you?
Excuse me?
Do you have somebody that's mad at you that's calling in a rental that you're renting?
Ma'am, since that house was in really bad shape, since I moved there about 8 years ago, I have been getting accommodations from the neighbor. Since that neighbor next door moved there about a year and a half ago, I've been having problems.
Okay.
So it's got to be her, and she put a black fence out there all the way out to the road. But she's not getting half.
All right, well, we can't deal with her.
I understand
We're
that.
dealing with you.
Well, I'm doing all I
We'll get
can.
We'll get this squared away. Just wait.
Okay, we basically want to find non-compliance
For the-
and
yeah.
give a date.
And yeah, and all we're doing today is just you're either in compliance or not. And if you put up a new fence without a permit, and there is no permit for that fence, then we probably will find you in non-compliance. Mr. Fitzgerald, what say you? What about the rental license?
At this time, I'll remove the rental license.
All right,
I'm going to be asking him for an affidavit, please.
Okay.
okay, all right. So we're just considering the fencing.
Yes,
They need to get a permit for that, and then you'll be all square.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But can I just add something?
Go ahead.
It's more like a 10 by 10, like a little L shape. A fence always been there. It's just been damaged from hurricane and bad driving people. And I just blessed through a stimulus check to try to get my yard fixed up. And I had a company to do it. They didn't say nothing. And I
So you
didn't.
had AAA fencing do it?
Yes, ma'am.
What percentage of that fence is new as opposed, is the whole?
Just the little white part, the little L shape, where the drive-in part is.
And-
It's nothing around the whole house.
The rest of the,
And a fence always been there.
so my question is, not to you, but when you only get less than a certain portion of your entire fence replaced, do you need a permit? And is it,
That's not the issue here.
okay,
I mean, that's not repair of a fence. That is a different type of fence added to a piece of property. It's non-conforming and it's not correct, so.
okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make that clear to Mr.
It-
Slappy and
it-
to us.
But it's
Right.
an upgrade. The fencing, like the rest, would have been the same price. But it's just an upgrade to beautify the place.
Right, I can support that vision or that idea that you have there, but it needs to be properly done.
No
through the law,
problem.
which means that-
I'm still working
Okay. All right.
on the permit.
Okay, good.
No problem.
All right. Chair will entertain any other questions? Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 a day. Such a motion?
Yes.
I'm gonna need more
Motion,
time.
Mr. Robinson, is there a second? Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed.
Nay.
Motion carries.
And that's not enough time, Judge. I've been calling surveyors.
Okay.
I'm
well,
I'm
We will
struggling.
consider all of those factors. If you have to come back here, all of those factors will be reconsidered. Right now, all we did was find you in noncompliance, and you know what you need to do to come into compliance.
All right, Judge.
And so if you have to come back here because you can't get the work done in that time,
All right.
then we'll discuss these other issues that you're having.
All right, Judge.
Okay?
You guys have a beautiful day. God
Mr.
God bless you
Fitzgerald.
guys.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're there. Number 24.
Case number 24, CEB 08-20-164, Dale Wilson. Good morning.
Good morning.
State your name and address, please.
Dale Wilson, Daytona, Florida.
And are you going to testify as well?
Yes.
And your name is?
Frederick Sorsma.
Raise your right hands, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll hear from Mr. Fitzgerald first.
At this time, the property remains in non-compliance, and we're asking it to become into compliance by the next cutoff. This
Or just
property,
give us, okay, I just want to look at these pictures here.
What they've done is build utility sheds without permits.
They were actually delivered sheds. I didn't know that we needed a permit for
All
them.
right, let's hear from Mr. Fitzgerald, and then we'll go through this. I just wanted to see the pictures. Mr. Fitzgerald?
This location is a vacant lot, and on the vacant lot, they've added these sheds. And those sheds and a fence would have needed to have a permit. On a vacant lot in the city of Daytona Beach, can't have any structures unless you have a main structure. So none of that's allowed on a vacant lot.
So, okay, that's the issue.
There's no principal use at all.
Pardon me?
There's no principal use of property.
No principal use for that lot.
And the electric, is that gerrymander, or is that put in by Florida Power?
I know there's electric, I just don't know who did it.
Okay. And there's electric AC.
I mean, where do these wires come from that are giving power off that pole, or, I mean, who installed the electricity? Or is it illegal?
I have no permits for any of that on that vacant lot at the time.
Okay.
All right, who wants to testify first? Mr. Wilson, where do you live, Mr. Wilson?
In Daytona.
Where? What's your address?
Actually, I'm in Edgewater, 2335 Guava Drive.
Did you understand that?
I did not. 2335.
2335 Guava Drive.
I still can't understand.
Was it lava?
Guava.
Lava.
Guava.
Guava, like G-U?
Guava.
Okay, guava.
Guava.
Oh, guava. Oh, guava.
Not so.
Okay. All right. What would you like to tell us?
Okay, the first thing, the original building was purchased, and then the lots next door were purchased. I didn't know that we needed a permit for the sheds, and I didn't know anything about the principal structure and accessory structure.
Okay.
I just got the lots combined. I went through the whole thing with the city of Daytona, and I didn't know that I needed to go to Volusia County as well. I just did that, and everything is combined into one parcel now. I'll gladly go pull the permits on the sheds, and I didn't know that we even needed a permit for that. I thought a shed is a shed. They were dropping it off. So.
Have you been in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald?
No.
I think this was an issue almost from a year ago.
And, well, the fence, I have a permit for the side fence. This is the front fence.
Okay.
There was a permit done on that, and it actually had to be revised because it was privacy in the front, and I started it as privacy all the way around, and then I had to change it to where it was privacy in the front, chain link on the side, and then the other side fence, not that one, you'll see the picture of it. The one on the dirt road on the side.
Oh, I don't have that. All right.
That one. There was a permit on that fence as well.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to do everything that I need to do, and then with the whole, everything else with the COVID thing, and nothing was open. So I
All
just
right.
got the lots combined.
Mr. Sorsma, did you want to testify?
As far as the electric and AC, the AC is non-functional. It's just equipment sitting there, just old used stuff. There's no designs yet to do anything without permits.
So
just
it's
kinda
not
sitting-
hooked up?
It's not functional, correct. And
I don't know whether that means it's not hooked up and ready.
it's not hooked up.
Okay.
And as far as the electric, there's nothing taken off of poles or anything. There's just, it's available for generators to be able to power up some lights and stuff.
All right. Any questions from the board?
What's the lots gonna be used for? I mean,
Excuse me, I didn't hear what you said.
what is the lots gonna be used for? Is it gonna be a house gonna be built there? or-
No, nothing's going to be built there.
No, he combined two lots.
I combined the
other
two.
lot has a house on it, correct?
The property appraiser's site does
Okay.
not show the combination of any lots.
Can we repeat one question at a time? I kind of got confused there.
I can't understand
All right.
what he's saying.
So what's being held in the sheds then, I guess? is what
There's
I-
storage.
Captain Lee, what did you say about combination of lots? I didn't hear what you said.
The property appraiser's site does not show any combination of a lot.
I can give you the
It shows-
parcel ID number that they sent me, just, I think it was on Tuesday that they sent that to me.
If you have any documentation showing it, we'll be glad to take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes, ma'am.
These two lots, is their home on one of the lots?
No, it's a commercial property, which would be the story building.
But that qualifies as a structure, does it not?
Does for the lot that it sits on.
But now, if the lot is if it is in fact combined,
Then it would be a,
so it would be, some of these things would be able to be permitted.
that would be a permit issue.
Okay.
I have a question.
Is this getting clear now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Madam Chair, members of the board, if I may, and this is the first time I really spoke, right? So Anthony Jackson, attorney for the
Good
city
morning.
of Daytona Beach. Good morning. This is before you for determination of compliance and non-compliance. And there does appear to be some things that we're still finding
Right.
out, but I think there's at least an acknowledgement that there's non-compliance.
Okay.
And the inspector, I'm sure, will get with them and make sure they're well instructed on what
All
they
right.
have to
Yeah,
have,
that's- okay.
and that'll get it all cleared up.
Okay. I think that's right. So, are we ready for a motion to find respondent in noncompliance and
Yeah.
respond to come into compliance by the next cutoff date or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day? Mr. Roby made a motion. Is there a second? Second, Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Okay, so, Mr. Wilson, just stay in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald and figure out what you need to do to come into compliance.
Okay.
is what
If
we're
I
looking
go and apply for those permits for the sheds, does that keep me in compliance where,
You're going to have to ask
Fitzgerald, somebody
Mr.
at the board.
Fitzgerald
okay,
about these questions, and we're going to need, do we have something that shows, Captain Lee, did we get something that shows that he's got a lot number now?
I can give that to you.
The inspector will get it from him after
Okay,
the meeting.
all right.
Or after the.
Then it'll become, so it becomes one lot.
You have two more cases.
Okay.
Do you want the parcel number?
So you just stay, no.
You wanna state it,
We
though.
don't need it, but you just stay in touch with,
Okay, so then I'll
Okay, cool.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 25.
Case number 25 on page 8, CEB 08-20-163, Emma Jean. I don't know whether she's here. She's supposed to be here, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
At this time, this property is still in non-compliance, and I'm asking it to come into compliance by the next cutoff.
Okay.
If the person is here.
No, wait till she comes in so she can hear. She's coming. Good morning. Oop.
We'll take a seat, this is what we did. Oh, she good? She good? Don't touch her. She good?
Rogers.
You're going to have to talk into the microphone because I can't hear you.
Emma Rogers.
Thank you. And can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to hear what Mr. Fitzgerald has to say. This case is also almost a year old, so we're going to hear what Mr. Fitzgerald has to say, and then we'll let you talk. Does the person behind you want to speak?
Not really, I'm just a son.
Okay.
Just her son.
Just your son. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Fitzgerald.
The property at this time remains in non-compliance, and we're asking it to come into compliance by the next cutoff.
So none of these issues have been worked on? Have you spoken to
I got a call from someone, and I returned the phone call, but then I left my name and number, and I hadn't heard back.
When did you get that phone call?
It would be last week.
Okay.
Is this complaint driven?
No,
Okay,
this would be a rule of 6.
okay. So you went out and did an inspection on
And
something?
then I did the whole
Yeah,
block.
got it. Okay, does everybody understand what that is?
No.
Want to explain what that is, Mr. Fitzgerald?
I get a call for a house, on a block. When I get there, I'm going to do the 2 houses to the side and the 3 across the street,
Okay,
and then sometimes the whole block.
okay.
Called the rule of 6.
Yes, that's called the rule of 6. So, and it helps with a lot of things, but, so no one,
They don't get called out for being picked
Correct.
on.
Right, and then the whole block comes up at the same time.
right.
Okay.
All right, Miss Emma, is your last name Jean?
Rogers.
That, I'm going to have a really hard time unless
Yeah,
we,
she needs to probably sit down with staff.
do you want to sit down?
No?
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No, she said no. Okay.
You
can
hear
Spell
no-
your last name for us?
Rogers.
Rogers. Yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is Emma Jean? Did that used to be you? That,
No.
No.
is that someone else?
Not as I know anything about.
So does the Emma R. Jean, does the R stand for Rogers?
I don't know because.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna intervene.
Okay,
I'm gonna
thank
swear-
you.
I'm gonna-
Get sworn in. We
Yeah.
could
You're
use your
fine.
help, sir. We can use your
I
help.
completely understand. I'm gonna tell you.
What's your name, sir?
Frederick Avery Rogers.
Would
Okay.
you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
100%.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rogers, who is Emma R.
The
Jean?
lady standing next to me.
Okay. And so she has a different last name?
No, she's not married anymore.
Okay, so, fine. That's all I wanted to know. So make sure
Understandable.
we have the right person for the
You got
right
her.
case, okay?
She's right
Right.
here.
Okay. Well, what are we doing about all this? Either of you can
Are
answer.
you asking me a question?
Yes, what are you doing about all of these things that are a problem here?
I don't know what the problem is because this is the first thing I got posted on the wall. Has he been back out there to see the property? Has he returned my phone call? No.
Can you see in all these pictures that there are these problems? There's a junk
I see the
vehicle
pictures, but has
parking
he
on-
been back out there to take a new picture?
Okay.
Have the vehicles been removed?
Yes, ma'am.
Have the
Yes, ma'am.
vehicles been removed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So it looks like you can see then that the outside structure, there's some faded paint and there's stuff, it's dark. And are you intending to paint that?
If she is, fine.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we're just here today to determine whether you are in compliance or not in compliance.
Okay.
And if we decide that you're not in compliance, we give you time to come into compliance. In the meantime, you need to stay in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald. You need to
I called him and I left a
Okay,
detailed
well, you
message
still
on his
need to
phone.
do that,
I told
because
him
once you
exactly
get
who I
every-
was and who I was
Okay,
representing.
okay,
He never
so-
returned my phone call.
Okay,
I've been
once
stuck going for
that will-
25 years. I'm a
well, that won't-
construction
I'm
worker.
sure that won't happen
I
again.
don't be, I'm not in town. I'm a construction worker, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, but I'm hoping that that miscommunication doesn't happen again, and that I'm still telling you that it's very important for you to be in touch with him when you get this work done, so he's the one that puts you into compliance, and then there won't be an issue.
Madam
Okay?
Chair, if
Go
I
ahead.
may, Mr. Jean, just so, I think part of it is just, both, having a little bit of a misunderstanding. My understanding from the inspector, you called him,
Correct.
left a message, he called, he believes, and left you a message. But the way that ultimately it's going to work for your benefit is that he'll come out when you call to check it again, when you tell him that it's done.
He can come out today.
Wait, hold on, when you tell him it's done, otherwise he'll have to just keep coming back and forth. So when you get it all finished, or you can keep him up to date if it's not quite done yet, but you're working on it, you can call and leave him that message so he can know what's going on. But once it's all done, call him, he'll come out, he'll inspect, he'll sign a paper saying it's done, and then won't have to continue to come into the proceedings.
Not a problem.
But yeah, that makes it work out.
Okay. All right, the chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in noncompliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Gonzalez made a motion, Ms. Himes a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Okay, next case?
Called me.
Case number 26.
All right, case number 26, CEB 08-20-165, Ernestine England.
State your
Morning.
name. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
State your name and address, please.
Unzel Christine Hadley.
And are you also going to testify?
Excuse me?
Is she going to testify as well? Just you?
No.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
At this time, the property remains in non-compliance, and we're asking it to come into compliance by the next cutoff.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, we're looking at this property. Do you live there?
No.
No?
No.
Does anyone live there?
No.
So it's a vacant, empty property?
Yes.
Okay. What we're looking at are pictures of things that need to be fixed. And they don't appear to be fixed. They appear to need repair. So that means that you're not in compliance with the laws that we have in this city. So you need to fix what's broken up there, and then you will be in compliance with the rules we have in the city about the way property should look.
Okay, may I
Go
say,
ahead.
it's not looking like that now.
Okay?
The only thing I need to get done is the roof.
Okay.
And I have a contract on that now.
Oh, good.
That I will be signing it very shortly.
Okay.
He need to add something to it that we talked
Right.
about.
And
And after that, I think I'll be pretty much in compliance.
good, wonderful. You need to stay in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald. You have spoken?
Spoken with someone who represents.
Is this Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Yes, and I really would like to thank Mr. Fitzgerald for.
Okay,
We have
good.
been in contact with each
Good.
other a couple of times, and I
Okay,
thank him for that.
And so it's the roof, it's painting.
We're working on that now.
Perfect.
Good, that's good. All right. So, Chair will entertain, but you're not finished it yet, so we're going to, I'm going to ask for a motion that finds you in non-compliance and asks you to come into compliance.
Thank you.
That's all we're doing today.
Okay.
But just stay in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald.
Okay.
All right, Mrs. Himes has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries.
Yeah, would you let the record reflect?
Just,
Mr. Harrington is not here for that.
all right, Mr. Harrington was not here.
Okay, thank you.
What,
It-
may I ask, what was that cutoff date you said?
9/2.
9/2?
September 2nd. So you
Okay.
just stay in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald, so in case you have to come back here because the work's not done, that he will know what to tell us and tell us that you're working on it, and then we can make a determination at that point, okay?
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you. All right, next case, please.
Case number 29.
Bouquet going at home.
Okay, case number 29, CEB 08-20-157, Connie and George Riley. Good morning.
Hey,
State your name and address, please.
I can't hardly hear now, so, hey, Ron.
State your name and address, please.
Beg
Name.
pardon?
State your name and address, please.
My name is George Riley,
Okay,
551 El Dorado Street.
okay.
State
I can't hear either.
551 El Dorado Street. Been there for about 45 years.
Raise your right hand, please. Raise your right hand.
I'll tell the truth, ma'am, I don't sweat.
I'm going to ask you to affirm.
I'll affirm.
Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony that you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to hear from the code enforcement officer, Ms. Kirk, and then we'll let you tell us what you'd like to, okay?
All right.
Go ahead.
This started as a citizen complaint. The particular citizen is called numerous times. So Mr. Riley, I have been in contact with continuously, and he has made a lot of progress. The only things that are not completely in compliance is I'm unsure about the black Mercedes. I saw the gold Mercedes yesterday was tagged, but the black Mercedes right there, I'm unclear if that is operable, properly tagged. So I can't close that particular violation, and there's still a bit of outside storage left to be cleared. So I would like to just have an order of noncompliance for the next cutoff.
All right, Mr. Riley, what would you like to say?
The black Mercedes, I was gonna take that and have used parts off of that. I'm auto mechanic. And to put on the brown Mercedes, and I was gonna get ready to expose the rest of it. But I had a little little problems lately. I hadn't got around to it, but it won't be any problem. If I gotta move it out of there, I'll take
Okay.
it out of there. I'll get rid of it. I don't want any.
Okay, and there's some issues with outside storage.
What outside storage I have?
I don't, you'd have to ask Ms. Kirk.
Okay, Ms. Cook, all right.
Can you tell him?
Sure. I was there yesterday, Mr. Riley, and there's just a couple items to be cleared, but you're like 90%
Oh,
of the
good.
way.
Okay, well,
So-
that's good news.
I wanted to put it in compliance, but it was just a couple little items, and then the black Mercedes.
Anything you want done, I'll do it.
Okay, thank
good.
you, sir.
Terrific, thank you.
No
Okay,
problem.
so we're going to give you, we're going to vote to give you until the 2nd of September to get all this done, but you stay in touch with
Yes.
Ms. Kirk, okay? And let her know
Absolutely.
when it's finished.
Mr. Riley, if you have any old Mercedes you don't want, you can drop them off at my house.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent committed to compliance by 9/2/2020. Return to the board for consideration of fine of $1,000. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Himes, second. Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Thank you.
All right.
Next case,
Number 30.
number 30, case number 30, CEB 08-20-156, Deshaun Edwards Wilder.
state your name and address, please?
Sure. Let me spell that for you. Deshaun Edwards, 564 Magnolia Avenue, Daytona Beach, Florida. Zip code is 32114.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to let Ms. Kirk tell us what's going on, and then you'll get a chance to respond to that. We're just here today to see whether you're in compliance or not in compliance.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Okay. Ms. Kirk?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
This started out as a citizen complaint. The case was opened in January of 2020. There's multiple violations. I haven't seen any progress. The only thing I have seen is that there were 2 permits applied for and issued, but other than that, there's been no progress. Mr. Wilder did call me one time, leave a voicemail. I've returned his call twice and left voicemails, and he has not called me back to discuss the violations. And so I'm asking for order of noncompliance to the next cutoff.
Okay. What were do you know what the permits were for that were pulled?
Yes. One was applied on, well, actually, I believe both were issued on July 1st. One is for a repair, remodel, a shed or barn, and the other one is a stucco on the side of the house.
Okay.
There's also a pool. I received another complaint from a neighbor about a pool in the backyard with mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So
We see that.
Right.
Okay, now, Mr., is it Mr. Wilder or Mr. Edwards?
Edwards, please.
Edwards, okay.
Sorry.
That's no problem. Oh, what would you like to tell us? Do you live there?
Yes,
first
ma'am.
of all?
This is my home.
Okay.
There has been a lot of repairs being made for that. The front part of the property where there was issues where there was vines that were attached to both sides of the house. And I was told that those vines couldn't be there and everything else of that. And there was dilapidated wood and everything else of that. So that has actually been replaced. The tree that you're seeing that's right there and on both sides have been cut back. They're nowhere close to being next to the house and everything else like that. The gate up front that you see right there, all of that section has been repaired and replaced. The pickets have been replaced also for that. As you can see, the wood and stuff that was on the far side that you're looking at these pictures for that is not there anymore. It's been moved off of the property or put into a storage place and everything else that just from this picture right here. Everything that you're seeing up front right now is not there.
Okay.
So this property has been, I've been slowly working at it and everything else like that. You can see the new piece of wood that's right there. I pulled a permit for, because of, peeling paint and everything else like that. So I pulled a permit for stucco for that. And you can actually, do have a couple of pictures where I've actually started putting up the, basically, it's like there's a couple of steps you have to do when you pull a permit property, and I'm already in the process of already siding the property and everything else like that with but you have to do each step, so I'm already doing that. A lot of this stuff here, again, has been cut back. The stuff that's actually the vines that have been riding up the house, you can see that one here is actually dead. It was a live vines for that. So again, I've been working on this property for that. I'm beginning to getting it cleared off. There's no outside storage up front that you can. So I have been working on it.
Good.
The pool
What
itself and
about the
everything else
pool?
that has actually been drained one time and refilled. You can check with downstairs with the water department. They'll have a record of me 5,000 gallons of water replacing the pool. I have a pool pump on it now and everything else like that. That's circulating the water constantly and everything else like that. So
Okay.
I'm not sure where.
Okay, well, here's, we're just here today to see whether all these things are fixed
Yes,
or
ma'am.
they're not.
I
fixed.
just-
And
just-
they're not fixed yet.
Oh, no, I understand that, ma'am. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
so that's all we're here to say. What I think you might want to do is talk to Ms. Kirk and find out, have her go back over there and, when you're there, and she can show you exactly what needs to be done, what's left to be done, and, so that the pool is taken care of, because we consider a pool something fairly dangerous if it's not.
Oh, I understand, ma'am. Like I said,
Okay.
I have 5 kids, so that they've been in the pool all summer. Like I said, this has been drained, refilled, and again.
And when
pump
was
is on.
that done?
That was in July something or other. I don't know exactly the date
Okay.
in July.
But
But again, they will have a record downtown of the water uses and
Okay.
everything else when I
Yeah.
change it over. So again, the pool has been drained. It's been refilled. There's a pump on it. I do have a permit for the shed that's in the back that's got damage from the hurricane and everything else of that. That's going to take a while to get done. I'm not going to say it's not going to take a
Okay.
while.
That's
I'm
all
just
right.
saying I
We
have a
just-
permit for it. It took, and again, I'm not working. This COVID thing is basically messed me up, so I don't have money coming in to make the repairs. So any piece of money that I get, I
Okay.
buy
Right.
any supplies I can get to get that
Secure,
done.
no?
Okay, but the
Is the
pool,
pool secure, yes or no?
I'm sorry?
Is the pool secure?
Secure? Yes, it's in
Is
the
there-
gate. It's completely gated all the way around.
Okay, so I want to know.
okay,
Yeah, no one can get to the pool. My
That's it,
home
that's
is completely
perfect.
gated.
okay,
That's the most important thing.
Okay.
all right,
Yeah, Madam Chair, if I may be heard.
go ahead.
Okay. 2 questions. One is regarding the name, if I can just get some clarification. I see Deshaun Edwards Wilder is what we have.
That's correct.
So that's the full name?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And the second question, Madam Chair, is, as you said, pools are real important to all of us. And so since it hadn't been verified and inspected by the inspector at this point, I'd ask if we can just make a shorter window of compliance on that, like maybe 10 days to comply. And she can go in and can verify and then sign that
Okay.
off, and then we can deal with the rest
What
of
do
it.
we
Tony,
need?
speak
Said
up.
he just drained and redid the pool.
But we don't have no verification of that.
Well, I'm
until the
saying you can
inspector
actually,
goes out.
that can be
That's fine.
verified.
She needs to verify as soon as possible.
Exactly.
And then if it isn't just secure, let us know.
Right.
Yes.
Let me can do it. I don't want to wait another 30 days. And I have a question.
Go ahead.
The pictures, how old are the pictures?
Some of them are from August 12th.
Right, some are, there's 2 from yesterday. This is July. This was late July. This is yesterday.
Again, sorry.
This is yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Again, if you're looking at the pictures from yesterday, you can see that all the outside storage, if she actually, I think she went back a picture. You can see
Okay,
that the
well,
gate has
you're
been fixed.
making progress, but not everything's done, and one of the most important things is you
and I
get
just-
her back there for that pool as quickly as possible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, what is the issue? That it's not gated? 'Cause
I
it's-
don't know you'll have to talk to, what, it says in the complaint that it's an unsanitary pool. It didn't say it wasn't secure.
Yeah, I mean, you've indicated that you've got fresh water, you got a working pump and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And those things will probably help towards calling it compliant, but the inspector has to come out and verify those things.
Okay, can we schedule some time for?
That's what we're asking.
You'll do
Okay.
that after we make
Okay,
our
that's fine.
motion here.
I'd also like to just state the outside storage was also in the backyard, not just the front yard.
Okay, well,
So the picture of
Okay.
in July, late July, that was, displayed the outside storage in the
It just
backyard
says-
as well.
Yeah, outside storage could be anywhere, so, okay.
I just need
Yeah.
to have a return call for us to communicate so I can go and do a reinspection on the pool.
Yeah, yes, and especially for the pool, so we're going to have to, Chair is going to entertain a motion to find respondent in noncompliance and order the respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, and further orders the respondent to have an inspection on a reinspection on the pool within 10 days.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Mr. Harrington made a motion, Mr. Gonzalez a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. So what you need to do, because we can't tell you what to do, what you
Okay.
need to do is get in touch with Ms. Kirk, have her come back over and make sure that pool passes the inspection.
Okay.
And then just stay in touch with her as you do things and you want her to come back and look and she can tell you how you're going to get into compliance or what you need to do after that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Okay, next case, please.
31.
Case number 31, CEB 08-20-152. May Reed Wilt. Good morning.
Morning. State your name and address, please.
My name is Mairead Wilt. My address is 1157 St. Augustine Road, Daytona Beach, Florida, 32114.
Thank you.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Kirk, what would you like to tell us?
This property was first notified for this particular violation on December 28th, and a green card was signed. The initial violations were dirt and grime, outside storage, and a broken window. The two that remain as of from my inspection yesterday are the dirt and grime and the broken window. I had my first verbal contact on August 7th. This is complaint-driven, so I'm asking for non-compliance next cutoff.
Okay. What would you like to tell us, Ms. Wilt?
Well, first of all, I'd like to have it dismissed because she was on our property without our permission or warrant, so she had no reason to be on the front porch, let alone see the window. And I don't know what dirt and grime, and I never signed any green card, so I have no clue what she's referring to on that.
Let's find out who served, was the service, a posting or a green card or what?
The initial notice of violation was signed by a green card,
Okay.
which I have right here.
Is there a signature on it?
Yes.
To say who it is?
Says, I don't understand the writing. It looks like
Does
MASH.
someone else live with you?
My husband, well, no, not right now, he doesn't, but can I?
Someone else live there is what
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean. Someone besides you?
Yes, ma'am.
Your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Or ex-husband? What? Okay. He lives there.
Okay, and I'd just like to explain. So,
Well,
actually,
so who signed that? Did we?
Not that me,
It
not,
was also
Well, all right,
posted.
just wait a second. I want to get this.
It was, well, it's kind of hard to read.
They're supposed to print, the post office is supposed to make them print too, and they don't.
Yeah, but during COVID-19,
Yeah, I know.
are writing COVID-19 as they deliver them, but there's a signature. And Ms. Kirk posted the property.
Okay, well, that, she met the requirements of the statute.
All right, so the statutes that code enforcement falls under, the house was posted. I don't know,
posted.
that means somebody put a sign up on your door.
Well, they were on my property without permission, and that is not allowed.
I'd like to speak to that if
Go
I
ahead,
could.
Ms. Kirk.
Okay. On November 27th of 2019, I received a complaint about a junk vehicle, an inoperable moped. So I went to the property on December 5th of 2019, and I hung a courtesy tag on the front door. Since it was just the one violation, I thought I'll give 2 weeks a courtesy tag. So I walked to the front door and I hung a courtesy tag. In doing so, I observed a broken window right next to the door, and I do have the picture right here. So this is from a previous case, and you can see the broken window as well as a no trespassing sign. So, okay, so that's that. On 12/13, they did remove the moped. It was in compliance. Okay, so at that point, I reopened a case to include the broken window, and then I received additional complaints. This property has multiple complaints over the years. I received an additional complaint to include outside storage. There was a tarp strewn over the fence and the dirt and grime on the exterior right there. So I included all this, green card sign. So I posted, I had to post the property for the notice, and that is how I saw the broken window, was by hanging the courtesy tag at the front door.
Where's the dirt and grime at, may I ask? 'Cause
Right there. That's a perfect picture right there.
That's not even there.
That's it, right there.
Oh, I don't think that's even there anymore, but that'll be gone today.
Okay, that's
tomorrow.
great.
Okay,
Next
so
couple, within the week,
Here's
that'll be
what
gone.
we're here today to do. we see the dirt and grime, and you just admitted that you see it too. So that needs to be cleaned up,
That'll be
and
done
there
in a
is a
week.
broken window, which we see, and that needs to be fixed. So what we're here today to do is just to determine one way or the other whether you're in compliance or not in compliance, and that's all we're doing today, and we give you a certain amount of time to come into compliance if we find you not in compliance. And if you do those things and you call Ms. Kirk and you show her that you've done those things, then she can put you into compliance. We don't do that, she does that. So that's all we're doing today.
But you can't even see the window from the road, and she even admitted she saw it when
Well-
she went up on my porch illegally.
She did. do that.
Illegally.
Well, I don't know whether it's illegal or not.
Mr. Jackson,
not
would you address that, please?
Please, yeah,
Was-
we need someone to address that.
It's not illegal. It's a standard entryway to the home, and it's a business invitee or a
Mailman and
yeah,
delivery truck.
it's a general standard entry to the home. So she went up to the doorway, which is invited entrance. She didn't go in the home.
Right.
She didn't cross over around the yard. There's no indication or statement about her walking around, doing anything other than going to the front door and seeing that casual observation once she got there. So in that regard, it would not be an illegal entry onto the land, be under Fourth Amendment nor under anything related to code enforcement.
Thank you.
So basically, they're allowed to come on my property without my permission
For the-
or a warrant?
I
For
move,
specific purpose only.
And I will say, and again, I'm not trying to give legal advice, but, you know, if there was a perimeter fence and other things, that may be a different conversation. But in this situation, there is no perimeter fencing, and it's just a regular,
And-
standard.
No, I'm just trying to understand this. That's all. So she
Okay,
can-
well, do you under?
They can come on my property without my permission or warrant.
Right, just like I could walk up to your door and knock on your door. Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
I move non-compliance, next cutoff.
All right, Mr. Harrington has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent into compliance in the next cutoff date or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Mr. Gonzalez, second? Yes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Now, when these things get fixed, please call Ms. Kirk so she can come over and look and see that those things that she says are left, the broken window and the dirt and grime, and she'll put you in compliance and you won't have to come back here. Okay?
I'll try and get the window. I have no vehicle and no way to get to any place, and I work
All right, we'll do the
13-hour
best
shifts
you
at
can.
night.
Thank you. Next case, please.
That is all the respondents that are here.
Okay, so let's just finish this page, case number, oh, Ms. Kirk's here. How many cases do you have here? All right, that's enough. All right, so we'll do 32 and 33 right now, since you're up here.
Okay, thank you.
Case number 32, CEB 08-20-150, Prem Bhandari at Warner Place. Okay, please
Okay.
tell us what is
Uh,
wrong.
This, I was called to this property while the police were conducting a search warrant. The property is still in noncompliance. There are multiple violations. I have been in contact with the owner, and he does have a realtor that is local, and I've met with him twice this week on site to go over individually each violation that needs to be corrected. So I'm asking for an order of noncompliance to the next cutoff.
Is this a rental or is he trying to get it rented?
It was a rental. The tenants are out of there. It's vacant right now, and it is for sale.
Move non-compliance, next cutoff.
I'm sorry, I just need to add in that we were contacted by this individual who expressed their inability to attend the meeting today. We provided them with multiple opportunities to attend either via Zoom or phone call. And each time we offered another suggestion for attendance, they came up with another reason why they couldn't. So just want to make you aware of that.
Okay.
Motion, Steve.
We'll remember that next time we find him.
Okay, Mr. Harrington made a motion to find respondent in noncompliance and respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Roby, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. All right, let's do case 33. CEB 0, can't see. 0820-149, William and Myrna J. Henry at Shangri-La.
This was a complaint I received on March 9th of 2020. I've had to post the property. There's been no action or contact, so I'm asking for order of noncompliance for the next cutoff.
So moved.
Second.
Is anyone
Okay.
living there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it looks like.
So
it.
it's vacant?
I believe so.
Okay. All right, was it Mr. Roby that made the motion to find respondent in noncompliance or a motion and order the respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date? Did we have a second?
That's it.
Second, Mr. Gonzalez, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Okay. Do you have other cases?
I have one more.
Where is that?
13.
701, 703 West International.
That's on page 13.
I have case number 13 with
Oh,
Sarah.
case number 13.
Actually, I have two.
13, 14, 15.
I have three more cases.
Okay. All right, we will go to, do you have a, let's see, so it would be, we'll start with page 5. These are old, this is an old case. So we're
Nothing is
back
old.
to old cases.
Nothing is
I
old.
got 13, 27, and 28.
Is there somebody here?
So did you want to do that, Ms. Kirk? Okay.
I'm sorry, we do have somebody here for, what was it, 703 West.
Is that one of yours?
That case?
Okay, we'll do
Yes.
that next. What case number is that?
Oh, must have just got back. Is that 28? 28.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't back when he just texted me a minute ago.
28.
All right,
All right,
case
so we're gonna
28.
change
All right,
all
we're going to work
this.
backwards on this. Okay, case 28. CEB 08-20-158, Charles Thomas. We're back to new cases.
State your
We'll
name and
do these
address,
two new
please.
cases.
701, 703 West International Speedway.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good
Mr.
morning. How y'all
Thomas.
doing?
We're going to let Ms. Kirk speak first, and then I'll give you a chance.
Okay.
I opened this case back in August of last year. It was part of a August 19 initiative where we were working the main thoroughfares of the city. And I cited for a broken window, a crumbling exterior, and a broken lighting fixture. I had no contact up until last week. Mr. Thomas did call me last week. I'm asking for an order of noncompliance for the next cutoff, please.
Excuse me, Ms. Kirk, did you say August? Because it says 10 and 11.
Well, she made contact with him.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
posted on October 11th. of
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, what would you like to tell us?
The building part of the infrastructure is fixed. The light we've just kind of removed because it was actually an old light, and I have an appointment to fix the window within the next 7 days.
Great, okay. So we're just here today to see whether you're in compliance, meaning everything's fixed, or you're not in compliance. So you still have a few things to do, so we will probably find you not in compliance and give you until the 2nd of September to come into compliance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there such a motion?
So move.
Motion, Mr. Harrington, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries.
I missed that.
But make sure that, what?
I missed that.
Ms. Himes.
Ms. Himes,
Thank you.
second.
You're welcome.
Make sure you contact Ms. Kirk so she knows when you're finished your work,
Okay, yes, ma'am.
okay? Thank you.
All right.
All right, let's go back to case 27. We'll finish this page, and it's yours. CEB 08-20-139, Alan Tadre.
This case was open February of 2020. It was a Rule of 6 case. There has been some progress on the property. I have been in
27, right above it. I'm sorry. Page 8.
Get the pictures.
Okay, go ahead. Do you have pictures?
27.
This is before picture, before, and then this is current. So he has fixed a couple of things, but if you could go back one, in the back, there's a garage or shed and it's unsecured. There were a couple people residing in there. So it's right now, and there's also a broken window that I observed that needs to be right there where the arrows are pointing to, that I observed when I first inspected this house. So there are some violations that still need to be remedied. So I'd like the next cutoff, non-compliance to the next cutoff.
Well, you can't, all right. I want to just ask this question. I mean, those windows that have boards on them aren't considered fixed.
Right, but I haven't seen that they're broken. And the owner, the only one I've seen that's broken, the one up.
Okay, I saw that. This is a
I
vacant
didn't
structure.
observe.
Could I have some clarification, just so I know? You can't just leave boards on your windows. That's also a code violation after a certain amount of time, isn't it?
Yes. Secured.
I actually addressed
Sure,
that
I
with
guess.
with
Okay.
Mr.
Well,
Todre.
I mean, yes, it is code violation. I think there are some exceptions for
Okay.
securing that we
Hurricanes.
would waive. But I'd have to look to staff on that.
Okay.
Currently, the land development code says you can leave the boards up to a year.
Okay.
But they need to be treated, we try to discourage it though,
Okay,
but a lot of it's for security.
okay. That's
Yeah, honestly, if you're having an issue with securing the property,
Right.
usually that's the first attempt to just secure it, and then there needs to be some action after that.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. All right. So the Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent committed compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, be returned to the board for consideration, fine of up to $1,000 per day.
So moved.
Mr. Harrington made a motion.
Second.
Second, Ms. Roby, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Okay, now we'll go back to that other case.
Okay.
13.
Case 13, and that's
5.
on page 5. Okay. Estelle, this is CEB 04-20-87, Estelle Marion Clay at 550 Wallace.
This case, I'm asking for a continuance to the next cutoff to ensure proper notice.
Did you post
They just
this?
asked for continuance.
I actually reposted the property, both the original notice of violation and the CEB2 notice of hearing. I posted on August 5th, just to ensure that it was properly done, because the owner, she is deceased, and there was a
August
question.
5th, not 10 days. Need to continue it. August 5th is not 10 days.
I didn't hear you.
You need to just continue to the next meeting.
Yes, that's what she's asking.
Yeah.
Just a continuance is all that's
That's all,
needed
yeah.
here, just to make sure that, okay. The chair will entertain a motion to
I have
continue
a
the case
question.
until 9:10.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So my question is, this case goes back to May of 2019.
Yeah, I saw that.
With the same issue.
All right.
So why are we just asking for continuance instead of
Well,
finding it?
that date, actually, what Ms. Kirk can tell us, that just means they had contact with the person and notified them. It doesn't mean they were noticed on that date, is that correct?
Well, if I may,
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, just as a refresher, this is the case where we had determined that the respondent, or the listed respondent is actually deceased.
Now I remember.
There was a guardian situation through the Council on Aging.
Okay.
And they had withdrawn, and so we had
We
that
had to-
situation of
Okay.
identifying
Now I remember.
the ownership, or who would be the party that should be
Okay.
noticed. And the
Okay.
ultimate notification is the posting notification, which we're doing at this
Okay.
point.
Abundance
to
of caution,
ensure-
let's post the property.
Yeah,
And
just to
staff-
ensure that we've given them
Okay.
all notice that's available. We've done other searches to try and identify and determine whether we could find
Okay.
heirs.
Good, thank you.
But all in all, after all searches, just our ultimate notification is to, again, make sure we post the property.
So by our next meeting, we should be able
Yeah.
to take an action.
Got you in
Right.
10 days.
Okay. All right, so Chair will entertain a motion to continue the case until 9/10/2020. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Roby, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Gonzalez, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries.
Put some enthusiasm in it.
Boy,
All right, now, let's see, let's go back to the beginning and just finish it up here.
Case 8,
Page 2, done, 3 is done.
3.
Page what?
Page 3, case 8.
All right.
aggressive.
All right. Sure. Case number 8, CEB 04-20-94, Bobby Caldwell. Who wasn't here last time and is not here again. Okay,
This goes on for over a year. I move that we find them.
wait, yeah, this,
Fine,
all
I think it's still enough.
right, let's hear. Okay, Mr. Fitzgerald, what would you like to tell us?
The property remains in non-compliance, and we're asking for a fine of $150 a day to a maximum of $15,000.
So moved.
Second.
All right, just for the sake of clearing this up, no contact?
No contact.
Is it occupied?
I'm not sure about now, but it was occupied.
It was, right, it was occupied. And there's been nothing has moved on this?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, Chair will entertain a motion to impose a fine of $150 per day against the respondent effective today and continue until compliance is achieved or reaches the maximum of $15,000. And that was Ms. Roby?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Second? Second, Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries.
Next cut off line.
All right, is it case number 11?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Case number 11 on page 4, CEB 04-20-97, Loxley Newton.
He was here last time. I explained that he needs to finish the painting. It's not finished. We're asking for a $100 a day fine to a maximum of $15,000.
Have you talked to him?
He was here at the last meeting.
That was your last contact?
Yeah, and that's it. And I showed him, all he had to do was that little spots around the house.
So the water's back on, the cousin still lives there?
In the back, yeah.
In the
The
back,
water's on the
okay.
back, yeah.
Okay.
Was he the elderly guy?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's all right, though, I mean, health-wise.
Yeah, it's a 2-inch gap.
Yeah.
Has the junk vehicles been removed?
There was a vehicle, it's gone. It was on,
Okay, so, well, all we can do is proceed, I guess. I don't remember
That's what
him.
we
Is
should
that all
do.
right? Any more discussion? But you haven't heard a thing from him.
I motion to accept the.
Can I ask a general question?
Sure.
If we impose a fine and then we find out later somebody's sick or in the hospital or for some reason we can't get a hold of, either party can't get a hold of each other, can we rescind a fine later or?
Always.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Usually we have what we call lien reviews. We didn't have any
Alright.
today. We didn't have any today. But we can do that, yes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, though, in this case, and I don't want to make a big deal of this, and if you don't like this idea, just say so. If we need to, maybe if you went over there, if that's all, because that's all we're looking at is this little tiny bit, and I hate to find somebody, how much a day?
$100 a day.
100.
Here, and he knew he had to do that.
Well,
Well,
we're
could we
saying-
do less than $100 a day?
Well, sure, we can do whatever we
Okay.
want,
Well,
but
then
my
I-
point was only that if there is something the matter with him, or you just believe that he's
I
just
don't
not
know.
in contact with
I don't
you.
know.
I don't believe we can make that supposition.
Okay,
I'm willing to make the fine less.
okay.
Oh, well, I'll be willing to make a motion that we fine them $25 a day.
Second,
I'll do that.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez has made a motion that we fine him $25 per day, starting today, and until compliance is achieved, it reaches a maximum of $10,000. And Mr. Gonzalez second, or was it the other way? No.
No, I made the
Gonzalez,
motion.
Ms. Roby second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. All right. Next case, oh my goodness. Is
12?
it,
12.
Number 12, the next.
oh, case number 12. Okay. Nellie Mae Smith, CEB 04-20-96. Okay, Mr. Fitzgerald.
This time, the property still remains in non-compliance, and we're asking for $100 a day to a maximum of $10,000. There is still the same one vehicle left on this property, same spot as it was. I've gotten no information as to tagged or not.
Okay. All right,
this
Any
is one of
discussion?
those you can't go on the property to check.
I can't get, yeah.
okay.
You've had no contact with the.
Yeah, she was here at the last meeting.
She came to the last meeting, but just not here.
So this is another year going on.
Right. Okay.
What's the recommendation, $100 a day?
$100 a day to a maximum of $10,000.
So moved.
So moved, yeah.
All right, Ms. Himes made a motion to fine the respondent $100 per day, up to $10,000 starting today. And Ms. Roby, the second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Okay, thank you. And where are we? Huh?
We're at page 6 with Mr. Stinson.
Page 6, Mr. Stenson.
Are you the chairman?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to help you.
moving me right along.
I'm cold.
I am too. Good morning.
Morning.
If you win the prize today, huh?
Oh, wait, Mr. Fitzgerald's got one on 20, he's got 21.
All right, we'll just wait, we'll do this one now then. He's gonna win the prize now. Okay. Go ahead. This is, or case number 17. CEB 02-20-15, Audrey Broxton. Go ahead.
Good morning, John Stinson, Code Inspector with the city. As of yesterday, this property remains to be in non-compliance. The city would like to ask for $100 a day to be kept at 15. The parking in the yard still remains outside storage, and the roof has not been addressed at all.
Okay. No permits for nothing. Nothing's been done.
Oh, ma'am.
Is the house empty or occupied?
Occupied.
And what's your recommendation again, please?
100.
100 per day.
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez made a motion to fine the respondent $100 per day starting today up to $10,000. And second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Next case, number 18, CEB 09-19-186, Rosalie Riley.
This one's little complicated. As you can see, this case started last year. Appeared more than once at the hearings. Currently gone. She's no longer at the property. It's vacant. There is a new owner. He's pulled permits to start working on the property. However, we still have to deal with all of the time that has expired or that's passed by. I'm gonna.
No, actually, and this is another one refreshing you from the last meeting. This is where last meeting we came up and we said that there was a foreclosure sale, but then there was the purchaser for some reason was withdrawing, and so ultimately it's gone through. So it's now foreclosed. There's a new owner. It's recorded with the new owner. So, and unfortunately, I just got this information today. I would have been speaking with the inspector yesterday. And so we really need to just dismiss this and.
No liens filed at this point, Tony. Nobody filed any liens.
Yeah, right. So.
You start a new case.
Yeah, so, this case is really done because of the foreclosure, and we should just be initiating a case on the new owner if indeed we are.
Start a new case.
And so we're starting on a new owner, so this one would be asking for dismissal.
So we're going to just withdraw the case?
I'm sorry?
We're going to withdraw this case?
Well, this would be a dismissal because it's already under your jurisdiction.
Okay, we're going to dismiss this case.
Yeah, due to the completed foreclosure.
All right.
Move to dismiss the case.
Mr. Harrington has made a motion to dismiss. Is there a second? Second. Ms. Himes, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. All right, these next two cases are new cases for Mr. Stenson. Okay.
219 Hayes. This case came to me as a complaint through the portal for outside storage. There's been no change in the condition of the property. I've had to post the property. I've spoken to no one there. And in non-compliance next cutoff.
Does anyone live there?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
It's generally boarded up.
All right.
Had no contact with the owners at all?
No contact at all. Had to post the property.
All right.
Make a motion that it's not compliant.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to find respondent in noncompliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 9/2/2020, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Case number 20, CEB 08-20-159, Roberta Saunders and Wade Saunders.
This case is a case of a fire at the property on West Millard Court. The owner is no longer there. The owner has not responded. Property has been posted. All of the outside storage has been removed. However, it's still relatively unsecure and there's been no progress whatsoever. So we say non-compliance next cutoff.
If it's unsafe, shouldn't we,
With the orange placards there is a blighted property case active. So they could very well be considering demolition.
okay.
So that means this is a demolition. All right.
Well, it's a different case
But
for the
different-
demolition,
yeah,
but yes.
we get that. Okay, so all we're here to do is compliance or non-compliance.
Question.
Go ahead, Mr.
So
Gonzalez.
what would they need to do to bring it into compliance? Demo the property?
That's
Demolition would bring it into compliance.
Yeah,
They would have to confer with the building department to see if they could rehab it.
yeah, okay.
I'll make a motion that it's non-compliant.
Okay.
Second.
Mr. Robinson's made a motion that the respondent is in non-compliance, and a second from Mr. Gonzalez, and orders the respondent to come into compliance and be returned to the board for consideration of up to $1,000 per day. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Ms. Himes wasn't here for that vote. Okay, now, do you have any more, Mr. Stenson?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
To the last one.
Mr. Fitzgerald, we missed one.
Two.
What case is this?
21.
21.
Okay,
11 North.
21 on page 7, yes. Okay. CEB 08-20-155, Anthony Ray Teal at 611 North Street.
Yeah, this property, I've had no contact with the owner. I posted it, and at this time, it remains in non-compliance, and I'm asking it to come into compliance by September 2nd cutoff.
Does anyone live there?
Yes. Renters.
The
Been
rental
referred to the
complaint?
rental inspectors.
It what?
It's been referred to the rental inspectors, and they have a case.
So it was rental complaint,
Yes, it was a rental complaint from a tenant.
yeah.
So will we get a new case on this?
We'll have a separate rental
A
case
se-
in
that's
mind.
what I meant,
Separate
a
one,
separate
yeah.
one. This is just for these. But
And you won't see that case. That case will go to the rental magistrate.
we won't see that case. Okay. Okay,
That's good.
all right. So you're asking for what?
A non-compliance, and for them to come into compliance by the next cutoff.
Okay,
So moved.
all right. Mr. Gonzalez made a motion to find respondent in noncompliance,
I'll second.
and second for Mr. Robinson. Order the respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff day, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. All in favor, say aye.
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 Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Are we finished? Did we do all of them?
No, we have one more,
One more?
26.
Did
Okay,
25.
26.
Yeah, we did
This is
20.
We
why,
did 26.
I'm sorry, this is why I don't like jumping around
did.
quite this much.
We did 26.
We did 26.
You did 26?
Just 26. Next.
Yeah, where you been?
I must have been out.
That,
Yeah, I didn't vote on that one.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was out.
yeah, we did 26. Okay,
Okay. I have a, are we
all right.
finished?
Yes, and Mr. Gonzalez, I'm with Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Harrington, you wanted to
Before we go.
say something.
I would like to pass these around.
Oh,
You,
You have enough?
Can't remember. I can't remember.
Give it to you back.
Oh, I don't know if I can remember either. Let's see,
I picked these up from the South Daytona, city
Hey,
manager.
hey, hey,
Did I give you
hey,
one?
hey, hey.
Did it deliver?
Okay,
And I think this is a terrific document. I'm hoping when all this virus is down, I can talk to the city manager
21.
about us doing something like this.
21
At least putting it on the internet and having a workshop like this for the television. This is a terrific
It
document,
is, it's excellent.
something we've never had to be able to hand to the average citizen. Really, pictures and everything describes. We go through this every time somebody comes in. This does it all, so I just wanted you to have this, and, give me one?
Yeah, I just gave it to Denzel though,
Oh, okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah. And, so sometime in the future, we can,
Well, let me say this about this, because I have a rental house in South Daytona. And when I called to have my rental inspection done, I took what I got off of Daytona's code to my inspection, because they didn't have a checklist.
I'm only talking about this document.
So,
yeah, he should, yeah.
And,
so there is a mixture of stuff.
yes, we'll do our own.
But I'm just saying that their inspectors are, compared to, ours are top-notch. Yes.
Yeah, I
Our
think-
inspectors are top-notch compared to what South Daytona has.
I appreciate that. I think his point is this is good educational material.
Right.
And I agree. And we're actually been talking a lot about some of this stuff and getting some of this stuff out on the internet as well. So I think we're going to combine what you've brought here with some hard copy material along with some internet material, and we're going to put something together. We have a lot of irons in the fire right now, but it's one of the ones that's on the list here for us to work on.
Well, that,
And I thank you for this. This
Yeah,
is good
that-
stuff.
I'm looking for a project, out of the loop now. This is the kind of thing I like to do to raise money.
Well, you know what?
If we have to print this. and
Your
do all-
project is to take your little 8x11 white sheets and make up something and then hand them over to Captain Lee.
I'm sorry, that can't prove. Where's the?
all right. Does anyone else have anything?
Want to thank you,
I said the Xerox
thank
paper.
Mr. Robinson for being with us
Yep,
today.
thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate
thanks
you.
for
I
that.
hope you'll come back. Thanks.
Please come back.
Okay.
I'll come back for a repeat performance.
Meeting adjourned.
You know what I meant by white sheets.